Hi, everyone. Okay, perfect. Hello. Today we're going to start our orientation week as well as our new semester with this ESN Vilnius University welcoming ceremony, during which we are going to present some important and interesting topics for all your stay in Vilnius University. First of all, I would like to say a little bit about how it's going to be. We will have topics and then we will have presentation. During each presentation, you will be able to ask questions in the comments. And then after each speaker, we will observe these questions and then we will provide answers. And here you can also see our participants today, and I want to move forward and start this conference with the topic about our amazing country, Lithuania. And the speaker is Carmena. She is from ESN Šiauliai, and we are very glad to have her today here. So I'm forwarding the screen to you.
Hello everyone. I will share my screen. Is it visible? Can you see everything? Just making sure. Because, well, okay. Okay, so welcome to Lithuania. And I really hope that by now you can say where Lithuania is situated. I mean, in what position? Is it in Russia? Is it in Europe? Who knows? But I really hope that you know by now. And this presentation is a brief introduction to Lithuania. So some general facts. As you can see, our Lithuania is rather small and we don't have as much people. Also, the government is a parliamentary republic. Our official language is Lithuanian. And also Lithuanian belongs to Baltic group of the Indo-European family of languages. And according to one study, Lithuania is positioned in a geographical center of Europe. So first of all, what does our flag mean? What are the colors mean? So the yellow one means golden fields. The green one is green countrysides. The red one is blood that has been shed for Lithuania. And on the right, you can see our coat of arms of Lithuania. So I will briefly talk about important dates to Lithuania. So first one is the January 13th, and is the Day of Freedom Defenders, and it commemorates the day when Soviet troops stormed the television tower amidst Lithuania's struggle for independence in 1991. And on this day and the days leading up to January 30th, over a dozen people were killed and over 100 people injured. Second one is on the 16th of February, and it is Independence Day in Lithuania, and it marks the 1918 declaration signed by Jonas Basanavičius and 19 other signatories. The act proclaimed Lithuania as an independent nation after World War I. The third one is on March 11th, and it is the Day of Restitution, that we declared free from the Soviet Union. Okay, so these are top 4 largest cities of Lithuania, and I will also briefly describe to you. First of all, we have, of course, the capital of Lithuania, and it's Vilnius. And it has a variety of architecture styles, for example, Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and classical buildings. And the Old Town, which is a historical center of Vilnius, is one of the largest old town centers in Eastern Europe. Another city is, second city, is Kaunas. And Kaunas is the most student-centered city in Lithuania. It is located in the central part of the country, surrounded by 2 largest rivers of Lithuania, which are Nemunas and Neris. And Kaunas is famous by its street art. The third one is Klaipėda, the only harbor city in Lithuania. And Klaipėda is unique for its old town, which is outstanding example of German architecture. And fourth biggest city in Lithuania is Šiauliai. And the Šiauliai Boulevard is one of the oldest and longest boulevards in Europe. While walking in Šiauliai Boulevard, people see the little architecture objects like marvelous fountains and interesting sculptures. And also, nowadays, Šiauliai is considered to be one of the main cities in Lithuania, which is active in modern developing. Okay, let's move on to celebrations. We celebrate the 24th of December evening. It's called Kūčios, and the most important factor of it is that the meal must contain of 12 meatless dishes, as well as people thank for everything, communicate with their family, they get together, and also they pray for the ones who are no longer there. Another celebration is Pancake Day or Shrub Tuesday, and it's a celebration of vanishing the winter, and usually it happens in February. And every year Užgavėnės is settled on a Tuesday, and it happens 47 days before the Easter. And this year it is going to be on the February 16th. Therefore, we are going to celebrate Lithuania's independence and also start chasing out winter on the exact same day. And on this day, people dress up. Okay, something happened. Okay, sorry. So moving on, make sure that you cook lots of pancakes on this day. And also you can see, especially children, wearing masks and dressing up and going from door to door, saying either they can chase out the winter out of your home or you cook them pancakes. Another one celebration is Kazukas Fair, and it is an enormous craft fair in Lithuania that takes place on the first weekend of March. The arts and crafts at the fair include handmade goods from local craftsmen such as apparel, knitted clothes, footwear, toys, utensils, metal crafting, souvenirs, and paintings. Foodstuffs such as rye bread, bagels, honey cookies, meat, dairy products, natural honey, beer, and so on. Another celebration is on the 23rd of June. It is called Joninės. In English, it's Midsummer Day. And it's considered to be the shortest night of the year. And on this special night, across the country, Lithuanians light bonfires to chase away witches and other evil spirits, as well as men who are named Jonas. They also celebrate this day. Okay, moving on. Beautiful places to visit Lithuania, as well as fun facts. So Trakai is really an amazing place. It's a castle on an island, and you can imagine that is really, really beautiful. And you can even go inside the castle, also discover the whole area, which I really consider to be the most beautiful view in Lithuania. Another one is interesting, the Hill of Crosses. It is in Šiauliai. It is literally a big hill of so many crosses, and people to this day, they go and put the crosses also. Another one is the Hill of Witches, which is in Juodkrantė. And this is a huge forest, which is full of sculptures from Lithuanian folklore, and is also really interesting to observe. And another one is in Vilnius, the Hill of Three Crosses, which also has a beautiful landscape to it. Okay, some fun facts about Lithuania. It is true that Lithuanians' second religion is basketball. Well, first one is Christianity, and second one is basketball. Another one is that children believe that white storks bring babies because, well, parents tend to tell them the story, and also it's a national symbol of Lithuania. Another one is that Lithuanian word for thank you, which is ačiū, sounds like English sneeze word ačiū, which is also kind of funny. And there is an old oak tree in Lithuania, which is called Stelmužės ąžuolas, and it survived the Crusades, and it's really impressive. Another one, the last one, is that Vilnius has an anonymous swing foundation. It's a group of people who install swings all around the city, often changing their locations. All right, and this one is, I think, the most waited for, and you can also like screenshot, because these are dishes that while in Lithuania, you most definitely need to try them. And so the first one is called beetroot soup. Also some, well, especially Erasmus people tend to call it the pink soup, which is also delicious. Another one is cepelinai, which are from meat and potato. The third one is potato pancakes, which are called žemaičių blynai. These are also potato and meat. Another one is apple cheese, and it's actually pretty rare, I would say, but also very delicious. Another one is traditional dessert, our šakotis tree cake, which is also absolutely delicious. And Lithuanian kvass drink, gera. So I would really say that you should try all those dishes and the kvass, because, well, you are in Lithuania and these are the traditional dishes, and why not to try them? And that would be it for my presentation about Lithuania. And do you have any questions?
So thank you very much, Carmena. It was a lovely presentation, and you really showed how much interesting things Lithuania and Lithuanians have, especially, for example, that our second religion is basketball. And I saw that somebody commented about the basketball in YouTube channel, but so far we don't have questions. Mm-hmm. But I see comments that somebody said I always feel so awkward when I say thank you in Lithuanian, because I think of the sneeze word. Yeah. It's just like you said. And also somebody wrote no questions here. Awesome. So Carmena, thank you very much one more time for this nice presentation. And then we will move forward. Okay, somebody has a question. Wait a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I wonder who it is. Oh no, okay. This is not the question for Carmena. Oh. This is the question. Who is that man in the sunglasses? I guess it was, okay, this one. This is Mo, our ESN buddy and our ESNer. We will present Mo a little bit later. And for now, we're moving forward, and I would like to ask Thomas. Thomas is our ESN buddy and also ESNer of ESN Vilnius University, and Thomas is going to talk about Vilnius University and present you some facts, some historical also facts about Vilnius University, and some numbers. He will provide some numbers as well. So Thomas, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so show yourself to all people, and then I'm giving you the screen.
Yes. Just a second. Yes, I believe you can see it.
Yes.
So it is the Vilnius University. So I will introduce it at first very shortly. I'll tell you a little bit of history, some facts, some about international relations. Then maybe what might be a bit more useful for you is where is it in the city, and present some faculties and departments and generally what it consists of. Very short, what you probably already know. So Vilnius University is the first and the largest university in Lithuania. It's also one of the oldest and most prominent higher institutions in Central and Eastern Europe. I believe it's seventh oldest university in this area, and was established in 1579 in Lithuania's capital city, Vilnius. Now to say a bit more about the history. In 1970s, in 1570, the nobility of Lithuania, they realized that Lithuania needs a higher education school, and they asked the Jesuits order to establish the university in Lithuania. And the Jesuits started with what was called Vilnius Academy, and it was opened in 1570, and the library was opened together. Nine years later, in 1579, the King of Poland and Grand Duke of Lithuania, Stefan Batory, upgraded the academy to the university status, and this upgrade was approved by the Pope Gregory XIII. Since then, university has various periods, lived better, not so good, and in 1839 it was closed because at that time Lithuania was occupied by Tsar Russia, and the university was too active in political events, and they were afraid that just people in university might cause a great threat for the Tsar Russia government. And it remained closed until the end of First World War. After that, it was reopened again, but the hard times in Lithuania came again. Lithuania, and especially Vilnius, was occupied by many countries. That was Poland, Soviet Russia now, Nazi Germany, and they all used the university for their political affairs. So it was difficult times for university again, until finally Lithuania regained its independence, and in 1990, university finally regained its autonomy and its Vilnius University name. And that's where it starts the history of nowadays Vilnius University. So that's shortly about where we came from and how old we are. It's about 440 years old by now, and about 450 years old if you count it from the establishment of the Vilnius Academy. Go to some facts. So already told when it was established officially as a university. It's also undoubtedly a #1 university in Lithuania. And according to the QS World University Rankings, it's number 423 in the world as for 2021. It offers around 190 study programs. There's about 1,500 scientific publications published annually, and we have around 20,000 students. Out of them, more than 1,000 students are international students, both exchange and full-time international students. What's about international relations? So Vilnius University has 176 international bilateral agreements, and by now maybe even more. So those who coming here from far away, from Asia, maybe other continents, you are most likely coming under international bilateral agreements, but not necessarily, since there are a lot of various programs. Then we have over 1,000 Erasmus Plus agreements, some of them for students exchange, some for various other exchanges and communication. And Vilnius University offers around 600 courses in English and other foreign languages, so I believe you have enough courses to choose from. So what I mentioned, other international networks and programs. So Vilnius University is joined indeed a lot. Some of the most known would be Erasmus, NordPlus, ICEP, Coimbra Group, and many others. I won't mention all of them since there's really a lot, and probably some of them are not so well known for you. What's about high-tech achievements? Vilnius University is really famous for some of its achievements, for some professors. So one of the most known is Virginijus Šikšnys, a pioneer in CRISPR Cas9 genetic scissors technology. We hope him to get a Nobel Prize this year. Sadly, the Nobel Prize was given for another people who were developing this technology, which was started by Virginijus Šikšnys. I believe that would have been the second Nobel Prize in the history of Vilnius University. Despite that, he got some other very prestigious awards for this, including Warren Albert Prize. The another thing is also pretty interesting. The Vilnius University, in collaboration with high-tech Vilnius University spin-off Nano Avionics, launched several satellites to the space. So we proved that such small country as Lithuania, we are fully able to be a space state, to be able to launch satellites to the outer space, and we can maybe compete with any other country in the world. And Nano Avionics by now producing satellites for various customers. They're taking orders by now, and I think the last commercial satellite by Nano Avionics was launched recently. So we by now have widely known satellites factory, basically. Okay, let's move on to the location. So I took the map and marked the most important locations. So we have two big main campus. So that's one in Saulėtekis with about half of faculties, a lot of dormitories and other stuff. Then there also is, I marked in red, the old campus, the very beautiful place, and the place where university started. There's still the same old historical buildings, and very, very nice. Despite they are over 400 years old, right now they are maintained very well, and I really recommend all of you to go there and check. There's also a Landų dormitory right in here, a bit to the right from the old campus. And there's Didlaukis, where there's a dorm and half of the faculty in the north of the city. So I believe now you can have some grasp where everything is and maybe what the distances are. There also are two faculties that could not be marked on this map because they are in another city. So one is in Kaunas, and there's also another one in Šiauliai, which joined Vilnius University just this January as Šiauliai Academy of Vilnius University. Okay, and now what the university consists of. So of course we have rector's office and administrations. We have 15 faculties, and some of them are not called faculties for some reason. They have different names like institutes, academies, schools, and so on. There are several science institutes. I won't talk much about that. And there's a bunch of various non-academic departments and even more various things that depend for Vilnius University one or another way. So let's go and check all of the faculties. We have a lot in Saulėtekis. So at first, we have those three big buildings. If we are looking from the library, the first one, or if you're standing in front of them, the rightmost is the Faculty of Physics. The middle one has Faculty of Economics and Business Administrations, and also Faculty of Law in there. And the last one is Faculty of Communication. All of these three buildings are connected in the back of them, so you can intentionally or accidentally come from one to another. So be careful, don't get lost. And if you get lost, well, after the pandemic is over, you can try to find our office also somewhere in there. Then we have a pretty new Life Sciences Center, which was opened just a few years ago. It's also right nearby, just besides the library. And then we have a business school. It's also in Saulėtekis, but a bit more further in the north side of the Saulėtekis Avenue. Then the old campus. there could be said a lot about it, and it could be done probably separate presentation about it. There's so many of everything in there, but I will probably mention that there are 13 courtyards, which I recommend you once the pandemic is over, just go there and you can just wander around, get lost in there. And for non-academic staff, for people from outside university, the entrance to the courtyards, it's paid since it's a historical ensemble, almost like a museum. So if someone ever asks you for your ticket, just show them your student ID. You have a right to be there completely free and whatever you want when it's open. Sadly, it's closed at now, I think, because of pandemic. And there are 3 faculties in here. So I mark them in red. So letter D, there's faculty of philology. Then there's faculty of history and faculty of philosophy. When you go there for the first time, I advise you either go there with someone who knows the place or get the instructions on how to get there, or leave yourself a lot of time to find it. Some entrances are from the inside courtyards. Some entrances could be from basically any side of the university, and it's not so easy to find them. And I remember my first time in there looking for something. Sometimes it can take half an hour to find something, even asking just passers-by and other students where one of another thing is. It may look not big, and it's probably not so big once you know it, but it's still not small, I would say. And there's a lot of things. As you said, there's just 3 faculties, but there's a rector's office in there, there's the library, there's church, and there's just so many things in there. But moving on with our faculties, so we have some faculties scattered all around the city. So there's Institute of International Relations and Political Science. It's just near the old campus, maybe like 5 minutes walk by feet. Then we have Faculty of Mathematics and Informatics, placed in 2 places. Half of it is in Didlaukis, and another half is in the street of Naugardukas, and not too far from the old town either, maybe around 15 minutes by feet from the old campus. Right besides this building, there's Faculty of Chemistry and Geosciences. It's also the same around 15 minutes from the old campus. And finally, there's Faculty in Medicine, also somewhere around there. Also similar distances from the old campus, and probably about 15 minutes also from the Faculty of Mathematics and Informatics. And then there are 2 faculties, as I mentioned. One is Šiauliai Academy, just recently joined us. And there's Faculty in Kaunas, the more old one, and I believe it's very beautiful. But what else? So we have library. It's sadly closed because of pandemic now, all of its branches, and it's only possible to borrow books. And I show you pictures of 2 main branches. So on the left, there's Scholar Communication and Information Center, or MKIT, as we call it in Lithuania. It's pretty new, opened in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And it's a nice place to study once it's opened up. It also has a lot of nice books and a lot of nice reading rooms. And then there's the Central Library in the old campus, which was opened originally in 1517, so 450 years old, and it's working pretty much in its original premises. It's really renovated really nicely, and I believe it looks better than some of the museums, and I really advise you, once it opens, just to go there, to wander around, to look at the beautiful reading rooms, beautiful halls. It's just worth a visit like a museum. And it also has a lot of books for those studying in the old campus. And some more facts. It's the oldest academic library in the Baltics. It has over 5 million documents, including the first Lithuanian books. It also subscribes a high number of various scientific databases. So if you're writing your thesis or doing some research, you can use that. You can access it either from the library network, which now is not possible, or through Vilnius University VPN services. To move on, we have a botanical garden, which is not too far from Saulėtekis, several stops further out of the city. It's right now, maybe it looks nice. It always looks nice, but it looks especially beautiful in the spring when everything starts blooming up. And if you like nature, if you like parks, if you like flowers, it has a Japanese garden too. So if you like that, it's a really nice place to go to relax. And if you really go there too many times and you see that it's getting bored, well, there's another botanical garden in Šiauliai Academy, so you can just take a train, and once it will be open in the spring, I hope it will, hopefully, so you can go and check another botanical garden. We have 2 of them. We also have some more departments, including museum, a center of culture, which has folk ensembles, 3 chores, 2 orchestras, kinetic theater troupe, and so on. Of course, we have a publishing house. What's a university without it? We have conference, seminar, and leisure center Romuva, which is by the sea, and you can just rent rooms basically in summer houses. And there's also I don't know if you probably don't need it, but you can. It's possible to rent like seminar halls and other things in like recreational environment. There's a health and sports center where we used to create various sports events, but well, we cannot do it because of this situation now. Hopefully we can do something in spring later. And there's many others, I cannot mention all of them. And then we have things that probably are not departments, but some way depends for Vilnius University. So 2 of them are hospitals. There's Santander Clinics, which is one of the greatest hospitals in Lithuania. There's another Žalgiris Clinics. And finally, what we want to show you, oops, I'm so sorry. It's this beautiful church of St. John's and the bell tower. This is where our graduation ceremony takes place. And also, once the bell tower reopens, it's usually open just certain time, even without the pandemic. It's really worth to get up on it and just see all the panorama of Vilnius all town. I'm not sure now if it's free or costs a couple euros even for students, but it's definitely worth it. And there's also not all of them. There's many other things, like you can check out Vilnius University Observatory, Planetarium, and many other things, but I think my time's up, so it's time for your questions if you have any.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. And so far I checked the comments and we don't have questions. I guess because you just told and presented everything very, very clear. And yeah, thank you for this beautiful presentation, because you showed so much and so beautiful from the very beautiful part. Yes, our Vilnius University, and yeah, I almost forgot that we can go to that place in St. John's Church. So, okay then, thank you very much, Thomas, one more time. And if we will have questions, we will just get back, but for now we don't. So then moving forward, I would like to ask that guy with the sunglasses, Mo, are you here?
Oh, hi, sorry. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on just a minute. Give me one moment. Let me just find the thing that I need to find. Is this it?
Okay, so I will just say that Mo is going to present you the topic of public transport in Vilnius, so pay attention.
And can you see my beautiful screen, everybody?
Yes.
Great. So I got one question for all of you people. I have no idea where most of you are from, but let's assume that you guys are from the world. Where's presentation mode? So, how are you all doing today?
Wait, for now we don't see the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Let me fix that. Nice. My computer has problems now. Hold on.
Maybe no, it's sunglasses.
Oh no, the sunglasses are magical.
Okay, now we see it. But can you press like, yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Why is it not presenting? All right. Do you
Okay.
see my beautiful presentation now?
Yes, we see.
All right, great. So today we will be speaking about a very beautiful topic, and it's about the public transport system in Vilnius, sponsored by ESN Vilnius University and Lidl. Well, not really, I wish. So yes, now for the next slide, we will be speaking about the modes of public transport. You've got multiple. You've got the apps. Ooh. You've got the usage of the LSP and the Vilnius Kortelė. And there's something that I'm pretty sure you guys are not familiar with if you've been staying at home too much or you've been using your cars a lot. And it's called walking. And finally, group work. So now we will head to the next slide. In Vilnius, we have two main apps that are used for car sharing or ride pooling or whatever. And these are Bolt and Uber. By default, people use Bolt because not only is it more convenient, easier to find cars, but it's way cheaper. And then these apps are very simple to use. So first of all, you should have a phone. And on the phone, you turn it on, just a moment, and then you go to the Play Store. And on the Play Store, you will search for one of these apps. You will download it, and then you will register and have an account on it. And then you'll put the payment method. If you want to pay in cash, that's up to you. You want to pay in card, that's also up to you. And then what do you do next? You put the address that you want to go to and the address that you're in. And then after that, the car will come to you. You get in the car, and then you will wait for the driver. Preferably, I would personally suggest starting a conversation with the driver because I've had the best conversations with Bolt drivers, honestly. Or you can just do whatever you want. And then finally, the car stops in your destination. You pay them, or depending on the method of payment, if it's cash, it's cash. If it's by credit, it'll happen automatically. And then you get the hell out. And then you just get out of the car and you're like, and just pray that you're in the right place. And you're probably in the right place. And basically, you can pay them by card or by cash. And now for the next slide. Trafi. This is basically, it's Google Maps, but better. Because Google Maps is pretty good when it's for walking, but when it's for the buses, well, I personally would not recommend it. I had to walk to Saulėlydkos once because I missed the bus. So yes, and basically, Trafi. You can use it for navigation, and even better, it has the bus schedules on it, if you have internet, of course. And finally, you can easily buy tickets on it. And how do you do that? You would have to, again, go to the Play Store, download the app, and then you will go to My Tickets. If you'd like a ticket for, let's say, a 30-minute or 60-minute ride, you go to the 50% discount. But if you want a 1-month ticket, considering that you have your LSP, which is the Lithuanian Student Identity Card, you can use it to prove that you are a student and you're not someone who just came here and basically you don't have any proof of it. And before, the I-6 used to be acceptable, but now, no. You would have to use an LSP. So you choose the 80%, go to the 1 month, and for 1 month that should cost you around €5.80. And then to the next slide. We will speak about the LSP and the Vilnius Kortelė. Basically, as I said a moment ago, the LSP is the Lithuanian Student Identity Card, which you have to have during your stay in Lithuania. And for an extra €1, you can make it into a bus card as well. And basically, it's just the Vilnius Kortelė, but in one card. And then, if you want to know more, please refer to the previous slide. And then, walking. Walking is a very simple thing, considering you have 2 working legs, and you have the ability of walking. You would have to use your 2 legs to move from one location to another. one of the prime examples that I do these days is I walk from my room to the toilet, to the kitchen, and back to my room all in one day because everything is closed. And the good thing about Vilnius, it's a very walkable city. You can go from one location to another in a very short period of time and enjoy beautiful scenery such as the trees, snow, sometimes angry drivers, and usually the beautiful scenery. And there's actually a lot of parks and old historical locations. And if you're into architecture, you will find a lot of forms of architecture that you haven't seen before. From basically postmodern, modern, neo whatever, everything's there. And then for the next slide, we will be speaking about group work. I will not speak much about it, but on Facebook, search for Televio Contore Vilnius. But we, as the ESN, partnered with Lidl, do not advocate for this group and we are not going to be held responsible for whatever happens due to it. So do it under your own volition. And now, if you have any questions, ask me or ask your senior buddy, but don't ask Mo. Mo's a fucking, never mind, sorry, I can't curse. Mo's an idiot. And finally, welcome to Vilnius. So, do you have any questions? Please don't tell me my mic was muted.
No. Mo, is it already done?
Well, yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. So let's then see. Yep, so far we don't have questions because when we had one question about what LSP stands for, you just answered at the same time. So the person said, "Oh, thanks." And
but I would recommend that when you come to Vilnius, please support the local brands and also support Lidl, because Lidl is not only in our countries, but also Lidl is in our hearts. Thank you. What the hell am I wearing glasses in this weather?
Thank you very much, Mo, for this nice presentation. I guess we're all
welcome.
And then, if we don't have questions so far, I saw that we had question about the campus. Is it closed or no? So I just want to say that we will talk about it a little bit later during other presentation. And now then, I would like to move forward and ask Marcos Sikas to present public transport in Kaunas and talk a little bit about LSIC and ISIC. What is the difference and how to get it in Kaunas? And Marcos is our international student from Spain, and he is actually also an ESNer. And we're very happy that Marcos didn't refuse to help us today. Marcos, are you here? Oh yeah, perfect.
I am here.
Okay, so I'm giving you the screen now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me get the PowerPoint presentation ready. Yes, 1 second, and it's here. Okay. Can you see the presentation? Is it all good?
Yes, we see. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Because honestly, it's the first time I use Teams for this, and I'm probably going to screw up before we know it. Okay, guys. Hello. As Vicky said already, my name is Marcos. Actually, as she also mentioned, and I'm actually not a member of ESN Vilnius University. They just adopted me temporarily for these little events and for some others. I'm actually like in ESN in Coruña, my hometown in Spain, and I'm just this year I'm Erasmus in Lithuania. I'm actually Erasmus in Kaunas for both semesters. So I've been here since September, and I hope that with that I can help solve a few of the questions, like both on the Kaunas side and also with the IC card, which is I will explain you now what is it all about. First of all, what I need is that for all of you, I'm just going to paste a link in the chat of YouTube, and I want you all to open it. And once you open it, like now, we can all get going with the presentation. Okay, so I assume you all open it now. So since I have your attention now, probably, I will start with the presentation itself. First of all, I'm going to start with the what's the IC card and what do I use it for? This is the most basic thing. The IC card, it stands for International Student Identity Card. And it's basically like a proof that you're a student that can be used worldwide and not only in Lithuania. So you can, it is actually accepted in more than 100 countries. So you can get it here, but you could use it if you travel and you go around. Second, it gives you like very nice discounts for like in different places that I will explain later. And especially here in Lithuania, they are pretty juicy, and you definitely want to check them out. And also it has like an extra option that it can double as public transport card. That for what I mean, like most said that like you cannot use it in Vilnius anymore, but as far as I know, in Kaunas you can use it still, or at least some of my friends were using it for that purpose before. So. So basic thing now is like, yeah, you want one. I'm sure you will not look as beautiful as this guy in the photo, but how do you get one when you need it? So like the first step you have to do is open your web browser, as you would expect there. The second, like you might leave that for later, like now we are focusing on a different task. So please, like no multitasking here while we're doing this. And then go to that link that you see there on the screen. With that link is going to open some nice screen in your browser that is something like this. You will see that you have different options. Important, you want the one in the left, the International Student Identity Card, and not the Scholar one. Scholar is for high school students, while the one on the left, the Student Identity Card, is for university students. And, like I assume like all of you are university students. If you're a high school student and you're in this presentation, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. This is not for you. Then once you choose like that type, you can choose different type of cards. You can choose it like a normal one, or you can choose it with the public transport option. It's just €1 more, and like in general, it could be useful at some point. It's not really mandatory. I'll explain you later why, but it could be useful if you want to have it to double as a public transport ticket. So. Then when you fill all your information, you have two options to pick it up. You can pick it up in pick it up on the office, or in some of the partner offices, like some travel agencies and so, or you can get it mailed to your house. I don't know how is the situation in Vilnius now, but in Kaunas, the only place where you can pick it up in person is now closed because of the lockdown. So the other option that you have is actually to pay online and get it delivered, like either to one of these lockers outside, or get it delivered to your house. Keep in mind though that if you ask for the delivery, it's going to be like €1 or €2 more expensive. But I mean, if you really need it, God knows when the lockdown is going to end, then maybe you want to get it mailed to you. Also, very important, you know, like if you do go to the office, don't do like this friend of mine that went there asking for an ISIS membership instead of an ISIC membership. ISIS is a different thing. You don't want to join that, trust me. Okay, later on, what can I use it for? What discounts can I get, and you know what do I need this for? First of all, like you get like if you this doubles as a proof that you're a student, so you can get public transport discounts in Vilnius and Kaunas. And this is okay. Obviously, like in the long term, if you're like staying for the whole semester and using the public transport regularly, you're definitely gonna notice this. Then it's also half price in trains. If you want to travel around the country, these are some very sweet discounts. If you're going to be moving around and visiting, doing some tourism, or just like traveling between cities. And then there's like many other discounts in like small businesses or shops or restaurants or transport companies that then you can find them in this link that I'm showing you here. It's in the same website as where you order the ISIC. It's just like another tab. So yeah, about the ISIC part is done, and now I'm gonna tell also how this affects the Kaunas public transport. This, even if you're Vilnius people, I think is gonna be useful for you because eventually you will want to visit Kaunas because, to be honest, it's a really nice city. It's beautiful here. I really like it, and I totally recommend like the people who are staying in Vilnius to come to Kaunas as well. So if you do come, like you probably want to know how to use the public transport. If not, you're going to be walking around like a headless chicken. So the first option, you know, that we have like three main systems to move around Kaunas. I would say like the most convenient one would be, what happened here? Like my presentation got stuck. Here we are. Okay. The first system, the first of all, is called LEGS. You know, it's like a really time-tested, high-tech biotechnology. You know, like humanity has been evolving this system for a long, long time, and it works pretty fine. You know, like I would say that it's also really convenient because it's very fuel efficient. You know, like runs mostly on beer and you know, like and pasta probably. Mostly for students, so it's a really reliable and really environmentally friendly. In this, like, so in this way, like Kaunas is a very walkable city. You can really walk around everywhere, like especially if you live in the center. It's not only like the most convenient way because there's a lot of pedestrian areas as well, and so especially in the old town or the main avenue of the city. It's also good because it's a nice city to walk because it's nice, it's beautiful. You can walk by the river, you can walk through the old town, and most of the places you're going to want to get in the center, honestly, you rather walk than use any other system. But there's also the chance that you will live in a dorm far away from the center, or you want to get from like the station to some place where you're staying and you're carrying a lot of luggage or something, and your legs are not going to hold. That's also a possibility. You know, like I've seen people who are carrying twice their body weight in luggage. I don't recommend it. But in that case, we also have like another system, which is Bolt, you know, which is basically like Uber, but cheaper. Also good to notice that in Kaunas, there's no Uber. In Vilnius there is, but in Kaunas there's no Uber, there's only Bolt. But honestly, like I always use Bolt anyway, because it's generally cheaper first than Uber. Also works 24 hours a day. Other public transport and other situations don't work 24 hours a day. Also, legs might not work 24 hours a day if you're coming back from a party, because you know we know how that rolls, right? And also, you can also use them to rent electric scooters. It's not only for cars, but also for electric scooters that you can rent, scan a QR code, and then you can move around with the electric scooters, and they are a lot of fun to drive around. Trust me. Do not drive them drunk though. You're gonna fall for sure. And then the other system is using the buses and the trolley buses. This is mostly when I assume if you live in a dorm in a place that is far from the center, you have to do like a kind of a long distance. And obviously you don't want to walk 7 kilometers to get to university or to get to the center. So that option would be the best to use the bus. It's like one of the main pros and the main advantages is that it's like faster than using legs in general, unless, I mean, you might be a very fast runner, but generally like they are faster than legs. And also keep in mind that they will run you over if given the chance. Their driving is not exactly gentle or polite. And if you ever take a bus, like hold on for dear life, because in the next time they brake, you're going to fly all the way to the front of the bus. Been there, done that. And also, like I can say that they're surprisingly punctual. You know, like every time I was using it here, I never had problems of them being late off schedule or taking more time than they should. I was gladly surprised about this, keeping in mind that, you know, like in all my travels, like public transport is rarely on time in many countries, but here it is like surprisingly nice. And also like the routes in Google Maps are pretty accurate, and for schedules and also for routes and the connections and everything, most of the times they are going to be like, I mean, it's maybe not spot on or 100%, but they are like, honestly, I've been using Google Maps for the routes all the semester and I've been fine. Okay, then also an important thing, like the most important thing you need to know about using buses in Kaunas is this app that you see here. You can find it like both for Android and iOS, and is the app that you can use to pay with your phone for your bus rides. This has the advantage that you don't need to worry about having your like ticket or anything of anything. You just need to get your phone, and every bus will have like a number and a QR code like you see there in that photo on the left. Then you just need to scan the code on insert this number, and it will automatically activate in your phone, and you can use that as a normal ticket. The advantage of this is that like you can pay for single tickets and you will never pay more than what a monthly ticket is. So meaning that, okay, like if you're traveling just a few times a month, you will pay just this few times. But if you're traveling a lot, in the moment you reach like the amount of money spent, that it would be the price of a monthly ticket, from then on is going to be for free. You still need to scan the code, but they are not going to charge you for it. So this is really a nice advantage because it avoids you, like it prevents you from buying a ticket, like monthly ticket or a time ticket that then later maybe you're not going to use, or you're going to be wasting money because, you know, like it happens like now during the lockdown, we are mostly at home. We don't take so many buses around, and then it would be a waste of money to use the month ticket. Well, like this way, you use it when you need it, and anyway, you will only pay tops a month ticket. Also, it has the advantage that logo is like a cute grasshopper. Actually, this name of the app is the Lithuanian word for grasshopper. It took me several months to find this out. Yeah, shame on me, but finally I know. Besides that, okay, like you have also another option if you don't use this Jogas app. That is using the transport card. As I could say, you could either buy a transport card, or you could actually use your IC card as this, you know, like, as this transport card. The thing with this, as I said, is that if you want to buy a single ticket, you need to go and buy it, or you want to buy a transport ticket, you need to go and buy it into some selling points like kiosks, post office, Maxima supermarkets. This is a small disadvantage respect to the app, because you always carry your phone with you, and then you just need to use your phone. You don't need to go to anyone to buy anything. So then it's like, I think the app is more convenient also because what I told you, you will not pay more than a month ticket anyway. So I think that this is just good if you want a backup situation in case your phone dies. Imagine, you need to take a bus, your phone has no battery. Okay, so I still have my transport card or my IC with transport ticket included. So then I'm just going to go to the kiosk, get a single ticket, and I can still travel, even though I don't have my phone, you know, like, and then you don't need to pay full price or anything as if you buy some paper tickets. So it's mostly like, since you are going to have your ISIC anyway, I would say that it's good to have it as a backup plan in case something happens to your phone. But generally, I would recommend using the app mostly for the reasons I told you. Also, it's important to keep in mind that there's discounts. When you sign up in the app or when you buy a ticket, you need to tell that you are a student. You are a student, you get like very, very nice juicy discounts. So the discounts are like, for a single ticket, you get like 50% discount. So it's 35 cents instead of 70 cents per trip. And you get, for monthly ticket, you get like an 80% discount, which is like 560 instead of 28. You know, like, then again, as I said, unless you are 100% adamant sure that you're going to use the monthly ticket, I think it's now, especially now that we're not moving around that much, it's not so worth it to get the month ticket, because even if you're getting single tickets for 0.35, 35 cents every time, still the maximum you're going to pay in a month is 560. Like, so if you use it less, you pay less than 560. You use that, you are never going to pay more than 560. So unless that for some reason you cannot use your phone, generally I would rather use single tickets when I need them. Just remember, as I said, that in the app you need to when you sign up, to tell that you are a student and to mark it so you get the student discount. And or when you're going to get this discount, when you're going to buy a ticket in one of the places that they sell them, you need to tell that you're a student and show your student card in order to get this discount. Also keep in mind that there is controls. They will ask for your tickets, and if you have a student discount, they will ask for your student card, so you have to carry it with you all the time. Also, they might ask you for your identity card to prove that that a student card is yours. It's unusual, but it might happen, so always carry some document with you, like, I don't know, like ID card, passport, something, and your student card, because they might ask you for it in the buses. About this, like, I think I pretty much covered like the main points. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Like, please don't make it difficult questions. Those are more expensive. But just if you have any questions now or questions later or whatever, you can leave them there in the chat. Or if you want, you can just contact me. I'm going to leave this here for a few seconds. For you Kaunas people, if you're coming to Kaunas, you are like lost as hell and you don't know what the hell to do, or you need some suggestions, like, you can contact me. And also Vilnius people, if you're ever visiting Kaunas, I don't know, like, just want some tips or just want to have some people to hang out with, or somebody to show you around, I'm happy to give you a tour. I'm happy to show you the place around. And if the place is open, you know, like, I can tell you the best place to party, or we can go party together. Just like, if you come to the city, do not hesitate to contact me. And just use that, please don't spam me. But if you have any questions, there they are.
Okay, thank you very much, Marcos. I'm sure that after this after this ceremony ends, you will have many messages because, I mean, really nice presentation. You explained everything very well. And so far, we don't have questions, but as Marcos said, if you have any questions later, you can write him, and I hope Marcos will answer, right? And then, so then thank you very much, Marcos, for this presentation. And I will just briefly come back to the topic of ISIC and LSIC. LSIC is the same as LSP, Lithuanian Student Identity Card. And Marcos was presenting about ISIC, how to get it, International Student Identity Card. So you can, like, to get it here in Vilnius, it's just the same. You can go and register to that website and pay for it and get it. But it is the card which works around the world, as Marcos mentioned. But the LSIC, LSP, it works only in Lithuania, but it provides you also discounts for public transport. And when the library is opened, you can go to the main library only with that card. Or if you want to use our library, which works 24/7 here in Vilnius, after 9 p.m. you can also enter only with this card. So it's actually highly suggested for you to make this card, because it is an official statement that you're a student of Vilnius University. And all your buddies, they know how to help you order this card. So if you have any questions about how to order LSP, always ask your buddies. Okay, and now then moving forward, I would like to ask Egle, our senior buddy and our ESNer, to talk a little bit about medical treatment for students, because it's also one of the important topics, since students now are arriving into this weather, into this winter, and if you catch any cold or anything else and you break a leg, or I don't know, you will need this, so pay attention to this presentation. Okay, Egle, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Hi, Egle. So I'm giving you the screen then now.
Okay. Hi, guys. So unfortunately, Corona is still annoying us, and we don't have much to do here in Vilnius or Kaunas or all Lithuania. But this winter, we have an opportunity to enjoy the snow, which we didn't have a lot of in the recent years. But you never know when you will get out of bed on the wrong foot and have an accident on the ice. So that's why I want to show you some medical treatment options here in Lithuania. Okay. So I want to stop here, and we can start with health insurance. If you are from European Union or Switzerland, you need to bring here with you European health insurance card. And in this way, you will make sure that you will get first aid for free. And in case of non-urgent health issue, you will have to pay for your treatment.
Sorry, Egle. Egle, your skaidras, they did not work for some.
Okay, sorry. Okay. And now it's still not working?
I don't see it for now.
Wait, okay, I will try to share again, just... okay. One more time. What about now?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. So, okay, so as I said earlier, if you have with you European health insurance card, you will get first aid for free always, but in case of non-urgent health issue, you will need to pay it, but if you show in the clinic this card, the money will be returned later when you come back home to your country. Yeah, and also when you are showing European health insurance card, you need to show your personal ID as well, so don't forget it too. If you are coming from European Union country, you will need to get personal health insurance, which you can get in your country or in Lithuania, and you will need to pay for any treatment, but also you just need to keep your receipts and then present them to insurance company. And yes, so the most popular is the first one, Vienna Insurance Group, as far as I know, among Erasmus students here in Vilnius. Okay, and about the clinics, don't forget the emergency telephone number 112 here in Lithuania. And if you live in Saulėtekis dormitories, the most likely, if you call to this number, you will end up to going here to Antakalnio Poliklinika. So make sure you note this address. If you live in Olandų dormitories or in the city center, there are Centro Poliklinika and Lazdynai Hospital for you. And yeah, I just wanted to show that there are also English websites here. So you can read more information about it in the website. And if you live in Dideluka dormitories, you will visit most likely Santaros Klinikos, as Thomas presented earlier. Yeah, it's one of the best clinics in Lithuania. And also what I wanted to say, if you have a trauma and you want to go to see the doctor, not the same day as you have it, but next day, then you will need to go to Lazdynai Hospital. Yes, not to Santaros Klinikos, because I talked with them and they said that they won't help you. Okay. Also, what I wanted to say more, if you need dentist services, we in Lithuania usually use private clinics, but also you can try to register in those clinics, in other clinics. In private clinics, prices differ, and also sometimes you can get special offers. So if you need something from the dentist, just ask your ESN buddy, and he or she will help you to find it. And because of the quarantine, if you ever get lonely, you always can talk with your ESN buddy, of course. But also, if you need further help, you can use these contacts. And also, this is the photo if you want to find out some more about psychological counseling here in VU. The consultations mostly will be for free. Yeah. And about COVID-19, don't forget Corona hotline number 1808. But as you can see, if your number is not Lithuanian, then you need to use another number. And the Corona hotline is important for you if you need to register for a COVID test or to get more information about self-isolation, and also more information you can find in this website. And to end, at the end, I want to say that also about where to get a PCR test. So PCR you will need before going to the dormitories, and also if you want to go home, I think. So the most popular clinic where you can do this test is Antėja Laboratoria, the first one again. And yeah, that's it. And stay safe. And if you have some questions, I'm waiting for them. Thank you.
Okay, Egle, thank you very much for your presentation. I guess not only students, but also ESN buddies. They were taking notes for this information because it's very useful. And let's check about questions. Okay, so for now, we don't have any questions. And if we will have, you can always contact Egle because she's in Telegram group, I hope, right? Yes, yes. So you can always find us all and ask us anything at any time. Okay, so thank you very much, Agla, then for now, and let's move forward. And the next topic is online platforms in Vilnius University. This topic is very useful for you to start your online studies now. And the topic will be presented by Irisa. She is also from ESN. She's our ESNer, but she's from Kaunas faculty. Yeah, so I'm giving you the screen now then.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, as you have heard by now, this lockdown and this COVID is making us have even this semester remotely. So some of the most important stuff that I want to talk to you about are the e-services, the online platforms that you will be using throughout this whole semester. So without further ado, so these are some of the most important links that you should probably write those down or take a picture of them, a screenshot. I will also have this slide at the end of this presentation, just in case you didn't get them. So the first one is like the most important one, because without registering in here, you won't be able to access any of them. And it's the VU Identity Manager. Probably you have already entered in it and received the registration number from our university. Then is VUIS, which stands for Vilnius University Information Systems. Quite important even this one, but as I said, you won't be able to enter to it without activating this one. The email that our university will give you, and the Moodle, of course, which is the virtual e-learning. So, VU Identity Manager. So in here, you can, after getting the registration number, you will be able to enter, create your own password, and throughout this, you will be able to activate all the other online platforms. In here, you can change your email address, your password. Sometimes Vilnius University, for security measurements, even ask you to change the password. So it's quite important to remember the information in here. Also, you can change the forgotten password or receive a new one, make a new one, etc. But it's really important that you access that, because without being registered to it, you won't be able to continue with the other platforms. So for the registration, the links were even on the other slide at the beginning, but here it is again. You can go on this link if you haven't yet, and then click on register. If you're not, if you haven't received your registration number, please try to contact your coordinator, our university, IRO, everyone that you can, because it's quite important. And as you can see, you will receive the username, which you will be using as a login in the VUIS, in the Imokimai, the Moodle. Then you have the, in here it's employee username, but for you it will be student username. And this is usually used by the professors when they give you the grade. They usually don't write this person name, surname, but they write the student username, and that's how you receive the grade. And also the email that our university gives you that you will be using throughout this semester. And then the services in here that you can activate all the others. Security questions, quite important, because if you forgot your password, the only way to get it is to answer those security questions that you pick. You need to answer them right as you wrote them while this asked. And then change the password if you want a new password, or if the university asks for a new password. And change email address. This is quite important, because if you change your name or surname or faculty, and maybe VUIS, it's not uploaded yet, updated with your new information, then this will be a problem to enter your email or Moodle, etc. So information system. In here, the students will be able to access and manage their studies or work information. But before using information system, users must really register in VU Identity Manager, if I haven't said this already enough, and activate those e-services. And the link, it's here. It's even shown at the link slide that I showed you. But if you didn't get it, here it is. And of course, students and the employees have completely separated environments, because they have different information. What it's important and necessary for students doesn't even need to be in the professor's platform. But what do we use this VUIS for? So in this case, for students, you can check your exam schedule or the results. Usually the results in here can be seen as the final after you've accepted it and agreed with your professors through the e-learning and during the semester. The final one will be uploaded in here. Then you can check your study program plan, like all the courses that you have, the credits and stuff like that. And maybe choose even the optional subjects, because in some of the faculties, some courses are optional and they have a deadline, and you will get a message maybe on email, or even in here in VUIS you can get messages, but those messages are even received in your student email to pick, because they're deadlines, and this is quite important. If you missed your deadline, please try to write to your coordinator. Then if you're an exchange student right now, but you're thinking of becoming a full student in here because you like Vilnius so much, then in here you can also see the scholarship information and also have the tuition fee receipt that you can pay online for the university. And if you're at the end of your study process and you're doing your thesis, then you can upload your final and midterm paper in here. Also, at the end, before receiving your grades, you will have to do some surveys for each professor of the course that you had during this semester. This is how it should be looking when you click on the link that I showed you before, this one here. You can log in and bam, you're in. For the Vilnius University email, so there are some policy points. Quite important to know is that this email will be given to you only for the period of study. So for you who are here just for one semester, you will have it for just this semester. You should know that all the users must comply with the usage rules of Vilnius University computer networks. And usually the addresses are name and family name, surname, and the other part, the second part, depends on your purposes here in Vilnius. Maybe you're a student, maybe you're an employee, or other users that I'm not aware of. And you can find it in Office, and also sometimes you can see that even as Outlook, both of them work and you can log in. Some restrictions. So one person can have only one email address, one as staff, of course, and 1 as student. If you have other jobs other than being a student in the university, the students can have up to 50 gigabytes, and the email size, limit size will be 10 megabytes. Moodle. So this is one of the most important ones, because the other ones you will be checking every once in a while, but this you will be checking every day and working with every day. So if we look up the formal definition of Moodle, it will say to you that it's a brand name for computer system for creating and sharing educational materials online. And it stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. But a more friendly definition is that it's a virtual learning platform, which most likely is going to be one of the main sites to stay in connection with the lecturers that will be uploading all your study materials in there. You can find all the lectures, and you will also be doing some exams, midterms. Maybe in there you will receive the grades throughout the semester in there. And then, as I said, at the end, the final result will be in the VUIS. And also you will be submitting homework in here, or email, depends on the professor, but most of the time the homeworks are submitted here. And you can also message to the professor, but it depends on you and the professor, the relationship that you have. You can, maybe one is more formal and only responds to email, so look that up. So once you click on the Imokimai, as we call it in here, link that I showed you, you will have this page, as you can see, and you can click on login. If it's Lithuania, at the beginning will be in Lithuania. Please try to translate it in English on this option, and then log in. In the login, this is the first table that will be shown to you. Click on VU Students, and then this table will be shown to you. The username that I showed you on VU Identity Manager, that is quite important, as you can see, because you will have the username that you will be putting in here and the password. And as for the password, it's important to know that it's not like you will be using one password in one platform and another password in another platform. One password in identity management will be in all your platforms. So that's kind of easy. You don't have to remember lots of passwords. So again, these are the links for you who didn't write them down. Any questions meanwhile?
So this is the end, right?
Yep, I have even to show the contacts, but if somebody didn't write them down, I want to leave this for a little, maybe 1 minute. But
okay,
I don't think anyone has any questions. So these are the contacts. If you want to, if you have any problems right now with registration, this is the VU service desk, writing to this email maybe, and to call this phone. Thank you and welcome to Vilnius University.
Thank you very much, Risa. It was nice presentation. I guess we've never done before something like this with the online platforms. So in my opinion, it was very useful. And for now, we don't have any questions, but I also hope that if students will have them later, they can always contact you or just ask us, and we will also deliver the message or question to Irisa. So thank you very much one more time then. And then let's move forward. And yep, now it's my presentation, apparently. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our ESN, and after me there will be 2 our coordinators whom you will see, and we will talk about us a little bit, and we will show you what are we preparing for you in this orientation week as well as during this semester. Okay, so 1 second, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Can somebody tell me from the ceremony, do you see my slides?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about what is ESN, and I'm quite sure that some of you know about ESN organization for sure, but for those who don't know and who are sitting right now in the conference and they're like thinking, who are these guys? I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So let's take a closer look to our organization. So ESN, it is Erasmus Student Network, and it was founded in 1989. Now it is working in 42 countries around the world, and it has 540 sections. We are the one. And basically what is ESN made for is changing the future for exchange studies. Now let's talk a little bit about ESN Lithuania. Here you can see even us. Here is Marcos, as you can see. Here is ESN Vilnius University, and it is our platform in ESN Lithuania. So ESN Lithuania, it has 13 sections right now, more than 400 volunteers, and it basically our support for Lithuanian sections. Like ESN Lithuania is like our upper section, upper section. ESN Vilnius University was founded in 2003. And it is the first section in Lithuania of what we are very proud. And ESN Buddy Program. What is ESN Buddy Program? Probably you have already noticed that you have a buddy, an ESN buddy. And ESN buddies are not only here for you to provide academic stuff or academic knowledge or how to get to your dormitory or anything else, but also ESN buddy in the first place, it is a friend for you. It is a local friend for you whom you can always contact. You can make a strong relationship and save this friendship for the rest of your life. And ESN buddies are always welcome to meet you all. And now ESN Vilnius University is working in 3 cities because before this year, ESN Vilnius University was working in Vilnius and in Kaunas because we have faculty here. But since this year, we're also working in Šiauliai, and you saw Carmena presenting about Lithuania, and she is from Šiauliai ESN, and from this year, we're starting to work together. And our official slogan is "We care, we help, we share." And here you can see our mascots, and I hope when the quarantine ends and restrictions will be over, you will all meet these nice guys. So on the left side, you can see Redas, and on the right side, you can see Vesne. Some say that she is his friend, but some say that she is his girlfriend. Some also may say it is Reda's wife, but we actually never know. Now I would like to show you a little bit our team who is working hard to make your experience in Lithuania and in Vilnius University as great as possible. So here you can see the names of the committees like HR, Leisure Affairs, PR, Social Erasmus Projects, Vice PR, and these people are coordinators of these committees. So HR, I'm going to tell a little bit more later, but you can meet the heroes now here. And then I'm going to say about our board. The first one you can see Beatrice. She usually answers you a lot in Telegram group. Then we have Yeva, Vice President. Yeva is always helping us a lot with technical part. And the last one is me. I totally forgot to present myself, sorry. I'm the president of ESN Vilnius University this year. And now let's take a closer look what our committees are doing. So PR and IT committee, they are handling social media, writing posts, making visuals, and they manage our web page. So all the visuals, all the posts you see, it is those guys who are working in this committee. Then we have Leisure Affairs Committee. So all the parties, all the leisure events, and all, I don't know, all the fun parties, pub quizzes, it is all organized by these guys who are working in this committee. Then we have HR committee. So basically HR works more with our members. HR committee recruits them, organizes some events for us, like team buildings and etc. Also, HR recruits ESN buddies and ESNers. Social Erasmus and projects coordinators, they are organizing various projects and working with them, and you will be also able to join some projects during your stay here in Lithuania, and they also organize some social initiatives such as lectures, excursions, or for example, we were organizing hike for Earth and for environmental sustainability, which was very nice, and we hope if the restrictions go down, we will be able to do that again. Then we have Kaunas Faculty Committee, and Kaunas Faculty Committee basically just works, makes organized events in Kaunas mostly, and also makes initiatives there. Then we have Partnership Committee, who works and deals with various partners. And then this is it. Thank you very much for your attention. I guess there is no questions so far. Wait. Okay. Okay, perfect. I will just check just in case. Yep, we don't have questions, so I just want to move forward then. And I would like to ask our Vice PR Coordinator, Gabriela, to present a little bit herself and PR committee and what are they doing. Gabriela, are you here?
One second.
Okay.
Okay, I will share my screen. I forgot how to do it. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, we can. Okay, so I'm then giving you the screen.
Okay. So, hello everyone, my name is Gabriela Tanaitite. Unfortunately, our public relations coordinator couldn't make it today, but I'm here as vice coordinator of PR. And so I'll introduce briefly what we do at ESN Vilnius University Public Relations Office. So in general, Public Relations Office is responsible for ESN Vilnius University's website, marketing, media, which includes our Facebook page, our Instagram page. We also have YouTube, and you can find us everywhere just typing ESN Vilnius University. So basically, we are online content creators. My team and I are personally responsible for creation of visuals for posts and articles. So our main goal is to create engaging posts to represent newest ideas, events, and events in format of an image. So as I like to call it, we are self-taught experts in graphic design with heavy quotation marks. So being a part of ESN Vilnius University PR gives us a chance to use our creativity, which is sometimes forgotten in academic part of studies. And also it gives us a chance to learn to operate such tools as Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, video editing software, and other programs. Another part of ESN PR committee is responsible for creating writing. So everything you see from simple posts or event descriptions or invitations up to articles about various topics. Here you can see we wrote back in December one article about what to do while being in a lockdown. And also we have photographers in our team who record your amazing moments in ESN community here at Vilnius University. So all of this adds up to the content we share in social media. So follow us on our social media. So you can find us everywhere, as I mentioned before, by typing ESN Vilnius University. Also, if you want to learn basics of graphic design or improve your writing, photography skills, or just to express your creativity in other electronic formats, we highly encourage you to join our team. And thank you for your attention. Maybe you have any questions, and here are our contact information. Yeah, it was a really brief introduction.
Okay, thank you very much, Gabriele. And I see that so far we don't have any questions, but as you showed your contacts, if people will have any questions or they would like to join your committee, I hope they will do it. Thank you very much, Gabriele.
Thank you.
And then let's move to our last but not least topic is about our plans for this semester and our Leisure Affairs Committee coordinator. Tigran, are you here?
There, do you see me?
Yes.
Great. So let me share my presentation. Here. Sure. I hope everybody sees it right now.
Yes, we see. Okay.
All right, great. So I'm going to share all the plans that we have for this semester, and especially the ones that are connected to the parties, events, sport, and everything like that. So I know this was very long, but this is very important. You will have to listen. Tell your friends to come right now to the YouTube to watch this and get information about what we have for a plan for the orientation week, the semester, and also the quarantine requirements that we have. So I will start by talking a little bit about the orientation week and what we have planned for this week to come. So right now, today we have our first event, basically. Of course, we see ESN Vilnius University welcoming ceremony. Then we will have 6 more events to come. Okay, so I'll start by yes, right, yeah. Okay, start by talking what we have tomorrow. So tomorrow I expect everybody to come to our event for speed friending to get to know other people that you cannot know right now. So we are going to use the platform of Zoom and Glimpse So make sure you have Zoom on your computer, and if you don't have Glimpse, we will just tell about what Glimpse is, so you can use it right there. It will be at 7 p.m. Sorry, it will be at 7 p.m. in Eastern European time, so in Vilnius time. And after tomorrow, we have our city games. So it will be organized on Zoom and Google Maps, and it will take the whole day. And we will share this information about this event more specifically in our Facebook group on the day. So make sure to enter the ESN Vilnius University page in Instagram and Facebook and learn what is going to happen for this day. After that, we will have Make Friends Through the Games event, which is basically going to be on Zoom again, and it will be again at 7 p.m. And fully online. And we will have also our pub quiz fully online on Friday. So I expect, why is it written Thursday? I don't know, but I expect on Friday everybody to come at 8:30 p.m. in Eastern European time. Also make sure to contact your buddy about what you will have for your ESN buddy day at the end of the week. So they will tell you what you're going to do, or you can decide together on what kind of event you are going to organize, how you will organize, and everything like that. So right now I will talk a little bit about our current restrictions in Lithuania, and more specifically in Vilnius, because everything is changing very fast, and you see this all the information written in Telegram, but I will still share the most important information for you, because the restrictions that were in effect until the end of January are going to last until the end of February by like the new rule that was only a few days ago. And by this rule, there are some restrictions on movement, so you cannot go to places much. You cannot go, you are required to stay at home as much as you can and go out only for grocery shopping or something that is very important, like services that are connected with urgent care or something like that. And you can also go for a walk, of course, alone or in pairs. Okay, so not a lot of people can be going together as a group for a walk, so this is not allowed. Some of the services, not some of the services, most of the services are not accessible. So if you want to cut your hair or something like that, sorry, but you can't. Right now, under this regulation, we do not have any barbershops open. Most services are fully closed unless they are connected with, public transportation or connected to medical problems or something like going to the opticians or what else? I think also migration office. Migration office is also in these services that is open right now. For shopping, it's open only right now to go to supermarkets and shops that are selling food, and pharmacies, and also services that are, again, connected to optician or something that is connected to health. And something that is very new right now about social bubbles. So social bubbles is a thing that two people of different households that are living alone can be in one social bubble, so they can meet and do whatever they want together, because otherwise you can't. About the household rule, I cannot tell you much about what is connected to being a dorm living person, because the rules are not connected to dorms. So I don't know. There is no regulation about dorm people being in the same household. So try to avoid going to people that are like in other dorms or something like that, unless you are in this social bubble and you only talk to each other. Okay, and also I would like to mention two more things. Travel between municipalities is also not acceptable, so you can go to another city until February 28th, unless you need to travel from there to somewhere, so take a plane or something like that. Other ways are not accessible. And also I got a message in Telegram chat, I think, from a person that was asking about handmade masks. There is no regulations about handmade masks that are right now in effect, so you can wear what kind of a mask you want, but it is very advisable for you to wear a mask that's surgical, or something that's you know, that you can blow from and not take out a lighter. So for example, if I take this mask right now, it looks very fancy, so it looks like it really doesn't work, but it doesn't really light out the fire. So it still can be worn in outside in the public. And we have a few things that I want to mention about this semester, what plans we have and what we can do and what we can't do. So it's going to be a little bit more similar to what we did in the last semester. In the last semester, in the beginning, we had freedom to make parties in the clubs and stuff like that. And then later it was fully closed. And right now it's more like the opposite we expect. So we hope that in May, at least something will open up so we can go outside to pubs or something like that. But in the beginning of the semester, of course, we are going to have only online events. And we had such events like Among Us nights, or events that were from social Erasmus, so learning sign language or how to deal with stress that you're studying abroad during these times. And in the end of the semester, we hope that we can make parties like karaoke parties that we did last semester. We don't know anything about this. We cannot fully say that this will happen, but we will try our best if there is this opportunity to do more offline, real party events. And we also hope to have visiting, like to visit our Kaunas faculty together, and Šiaulių Academia together, or go to the Baltic Pride that will happen in Riga this summer, or go to the museums for excursions. And I will finish up by talking a little bit about leisure affairs and myself. So leisure affairs is basically the team that is making all your fun events, fun activities that are for leisure. So the activities that are connected to fun, parties, sport, and stuff like that. And I'm the leisure affairs coordinator. My name is Tigran. And yeah, that's basically it. You can see my email address and you can see my Telegram chat name. So if you see me write something, I'm basically giving you a very good thing that you need to read, I think. So like, for example, about Volt, how to use things, how to buy things like cheap, and also like regulations about the lockdown or events and everything like that. Or you can write me always in Telegram or in Facebook if you have some questions, you just want to talk about things, or you just want to maybe give me advice on something that you want to be happening this semester that is not planned. So for example, if there's some online events that you think will be fun, you are welcome to write me. Okay, so you can write me in as email, in my Telegram, or in my Facebook. And thank you, everybody. I hope you will have fun this semester, although this lockdown is happening. And we will try our best to have as much fun as possible for our Erasmus students. And yeah, I will see if there's any questions. Mm-hmm. Do you know if we can go to the supermarket while we are self-isolating in our flat during the first 2 weeks? No, you cannot go to the supermarket if you are self-isolating. Ally, I hope I read your name right. If you're self-isolating during the first weeks, you cannot go to the supermarkets. It's not allowed. You can only make deliveries, and deliveries are actually very accessible. There are 3 types of supermarkets that deliver food. Rimi, there is also free something, I don't remember the name, but it's the supermarket Iki that's sending that, and Barbora that you can order. This information I think I have in the Telegram chat, and also you can buy food from Wolt, and Wolt also has the opportunity right now to get free delivery from shops that are working with Wolt. And the ones that are working with Wolt are Kebab Inn and Alde right now. And they are not very big supermarket chains. They are small, and there's like things that you can buy, like meat, milk. This is basically something to live with, and they give free delivery, and their prices are very normal, actually. And the ones that you can use are also Barbora, Rimi, and others too. And I also have sent some vouchers for Wolt in the Telegram chat that you can look at later. Any other questions are there?
Yes, I guess there are no more questions, but yes, we had a really nice presentation of Tigran, and if you want, you can always contact him everywhere, and we will have fun this semester. I hope so. We expect great things from Tigran. Okay, Tigran, thank you very much then. And yep, I guess this is the last presentation so far, and we are then ending this welcoming ceremony for our students. I would like to say one more time the biggest thank you for all our participants who presented the important topics. Also, thank you very much for the students who were watching the conference, and sorry for the overlapping coordinators meeting you had with the international office. I guess there was like a misunderstanding, and we're truly sorry for that. All our other events, they will be like later in the evening, so you won't have these overlappings anymore. And then, I don't know, congratulations on starting this semester, and we hope that we're gonna have less restrictions. We will meet up, but if no, we can always meet online and have fun in this way as well. So I don't know if participants want to wave one more time. You can do this right now, and then we will finish our conference. What about ours? Tigran is here, and about others?
Yeah, I also wrote about last mile.
Carmena, yes, Carmena. Thank you, Thomas. Perfect, perfect. Gabriela, and then Agle and Marcos, and yes, Yeva is broadcasting, so Agle, Marcos, perfect. This is our team. And then thank you very much, and bye. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.